a metal, it's like curved metal, and it's like metal sheets. And in the Caribbean, like those are probably like very, it's like poor, poor housing because it's like a zinc sheet. In my mind, some of them can be various. Some of them are just roofs, but some of them are like, you know, it's just like they don't have really proper material like building blocks and all that stuff. So he's remembering, or what that informs me of is that maybe he didn't have a lot of money. You know, maybe he grew up in the country, a very rural part. But it's like he's looking at this and remembering just the fondness of his childhood.
Here I am, connected to a time that was simpler, a time that felt, you know, like just filled with joy when I was younger, right? Because now I'm adulting and having to deal with, you know, things and stuff and bills and loss and all these different things, right? And so, like as you mentioned, like this romanticizing, and sometimes, you know, when we go back and think about our childhood and things.
I liked how he basically gave a lot of imagery with nature and really tied that into a little bit of his like ancestral roots. And so I loved how he got like even deeper, because I mean his name is Oscar Gonzalez. I would assume he's of Latino or Hispanic descent. But when he mentioned wise Indian ancestors, I even got a feel of that all throughout the poem up until that part of the stanza where he mentioned the Indian ancestors. So I loved how there was a lot of connection to.
So these wizards of ours is the one who, how do we get home? Roads, some less traveled, some waiting for what we bring. These roads, whether dirt or paved, have countless stories, countless souls scattered along the gravel, grass, sidewalk, or sahara.
This poem gives me proud feelings to be Black, and I think those that are not Black, if they were introduced to us through this poem, instead of what they see or what they hear the narrative of others, they will be a little bit more willing to listen, have stories to tell, and not always explicitly in between it out there chastising, you know. It's more than that means.
What color is love?
I love the color of love is white because I feel like the true love, like the only really true love I have experienced in life is like from my family, like my parents and my brother, and I feel like that love is really real.
My mother, I see purple, then, you know, and that's love, right? So that's kind of how I get there, right? The idea of what does comfort smell like, right? Like for me, you know, there's a couple of things, you know, but like my grandmother is comforting to me. So comfort smells like my grandma. It smells like her old house coat. You know what I'm saying? That's what comfort smells like. You know, let's go back right now. We want to try to connect and think about what that prompt and this exercise and experience thus far feels like for you, and let that come out. And then word choice, phraseology, you know, adding metaphor, doing different things, that can always happen after. But right now, it's like trying to get to the meat, the gut, the spirit, the soul of it. Just kind of let that come out right now.